A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of the ongoing trade conflict, China has announced it will raise tariffs on U.S. goods to a staggering 84%. This move comes in direct retaliation to the new tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump, which took effect recently, pushing the cumulative tariff rate to 104% for various imports. The Chinese government stated that these countermeasures will be effective starting April 10th, marking a new chapter in the tumultuous economic relations between the world's two largest economies. The announcement from Beijing came just hours after Trump's sweeping tariffs went into effect. This latest round of duties not only deepens the trade war but also signals a firm stance from China, which has vowed to fight to the end. The impact of these tariffs was immediately felt in the markets, with U.S. equity futures plummeting by approximately 1.7% and European stocks experiencing a decline of over 4%. In addition to the tariff increases, China has indicated it will take legal action against the U.S. at the World Trade Organization, WTO. The Chinese government has also added 6 firms to its unreliable entity list and placed 12 U.S. companies on its export control list, further complicating trade relations. The recent escalation in tariffs is not just a matter of economic policy, it is deeply intertwined with broader geopolitical tensions. Since Trump's return to the White House in January, relations between Washington and Beijing have deteriorated sharply. The absence of communication between Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping for more than 2 months raises concerns about the potential for further escalation. The trade war has been exacerbated by ongoing tensions regarding China's alleged role in the fentanyl crisis in the United States. Trump has accused Beijing of failing to curb the flow of fentanyl precursors into the U.S., using this issue as a justification for imposing tariffs. In response, China has accused the U.S. of leveraging the fentanyl crisis as a pretext for economic aggression, labeling it as blackmail. The Trump administration has also criticized China for creating non-tariff barriers that disadvantage American companies and exports. These concerns were highlighted in a recent annual report published by the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative, indicating that the trade relationship is fraught with challenges. As the trade conflict intensifies, experts warn that the high tariffs could disrupt supply chains that rely on components from China. Many products, from electronics to clothing, may see price increases as U.S. companies are likely to pass on the additional costs to consumers. The implications of this trade war extend beyond just tariffs. They threaten to reshape the global economic landscape and alter the dynamics of international trade. In a historical context, the relationship between the U.S. and China had been characterized by increasing economic integration, often referred to as Chimerica. However, the recent tariff hikes signify a departure from this partnership, with both nations now locked in a cycle of retaliation that could have long-lasting effects on their economies. As the situation unfolds, both sides have expressed a willingness to engage in dialogue, but the path to resolution appears fraught with obstacles. China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has called for an approach based on equality and mutual respect, emphasizing the need for constructive negotiations. However, with both nations entrenching their positions, the prospect of a swift resolution remains uncertain. As we continue to monitor this developing story, the focus will be on how the markets react and whether there will be any signs of de-escalation in the ongoing trade war. The stakes are high, and the economic ramifications could be felt on a global scale, affecting not just the U.S. and China, but economies around the world that are intertwined in this complex web of trade relations. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.